Hello sexy souls and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to this energy checkup, and I I don't know how much people will like this one because so for the intro today I want to talk a little bit about where we are at in the collective and kind of what my higher self wanted me to mostly talk about, which was not really about where we're going. It's kind of like, where are you going? So it is a collective intro, but it's also kind of directed at you to, understand what's happening in the collective. Because this is for general, for everybody. And there is literally so much happening that people are just not seeing, that people are just not appreciating either. Actually, there's so much right now that's happening that when we look back at this, we're going to appreciate so many people and so many things. So I can't talk about a lot of stuff, but there's just so much happening at the minute, and everyone is batshit crazy about what they're saying, what they're thinking, what they're believing in, because nobody is grounded, nobody is taking back their own power. Everyone is just consuming, and taking information from that person, and this person, and that person, and this person, and they're not giving themselves a second. So, when I was meditating earlier on, because people have been talking about, like, well, I don't know if they are now, but, like, this is an example. People have been talking about, like, an alien invasion and, it's going to scare the whole world or whatever. The collective isn't even there yet. We're not even ready for that. Like, no way are we ready for that, because that is a fear-based, like, there's just so much fear in that. And we're not moving into more fear. We're moving out of fear. We're moving away from fear. So why would we go towards something that's more fearful than what we've already been through? Okay? So scrap all those ideas that create fear in your mind. They're gone. They're done. Stop creating that for yourself, because you're going to see things. Everything outside of you is going to scare you. You're going to think, what was that in the sky? Oh my god, it was a bird. Do you know what I mean? So people don't know where they're at. They don't know where they stand. Everyone is holding their sword, ready to fight, ready to fucking attack. But nobody has a fucking clue what's going on. And this is what we need to do. We need to focus on, how are you perceiving the world? And when you're looking at things and they make you afraid, why are you looking at it like that? The biggest thing that I keep getting messages about, and I can't talk about it because it's not my place anyway, and I don't know the right way to go about it, is the whole financial stuff. Do the research. Like, I can't. People ask me questions all day, every day, and they don't even do any research. And the research that they send me is all fear-based. And I'm like, I see where people are coming from and they're afraid, but this is what it's all about. Are you feeding into the fear? If you are, don't come at me with it, because I'm not going to even subscribe to it. I'm not going to take it on. I'm not even going to answer it in the way that you want me to answer it, because the way I'll answer questions like that, people get triggered. I've had so many messages now, people being like, yeah, but that, but this, but that. And I'm like, well, why are you messaging me? If you just want to argue, why are you messaging me? Seriously, do research now and find out what it is that's actually happening, and how can you take back power, not from watching too much of what I say and what other people say is whatever. Take back your power, because what I'm seeing in the collective energy at the minute is we have the sheep, okay? We have the people who have no fucking clue, and they're going about their normal life. They're still in the 3D world, and they're living the best life because they're just in that world. They're still there. And then you have the people on the complete opposite, who are way too much focused on the worst case scenario. And then you have people like me and other people that are kind of just in the center and just observing it all happening. Because yes, the people who are on that end of the spectrum are triggered by the people on this end of the spectrum, so you need to find your center, okay? The people that are here like, if we don't go this way and if we don't do this and if they don't wake up, we're all fucked. Blaming. Everyone's blaming everyone. Everyone's separating from everyone. And this is what you need to start realizing. This is what it's all about. Taking back your power and knowing what the fuck is going on. And the only way you can find out what is going on is by realizing where you're stuck. Where right now are you stuck? What are the things that you've still been doing, and you have been doing them for the past year, and you know that they just don't resonate with you? I'm not telling people to eat, be vegan, stop smoking, stop doing drinking alcohol, stop doing etc. whatever. I'm not saying that, okay? Because I know people that can drink and they are completely fine, and they're not attached to it, okay? They can enjoy it. I myself am not really one of those people, but you see, I stopped drinking. I drink probably the last time I've drank was, I think, at my friend's, but it was actually quite. I said, okay, if this ends up being a shit show again, that's it. I'm cutting it off completely. But it was okay. You have to, you have to learn and test the water with things. But the things that you know that are stopping you, the things that you know that you feel guilt for doing, those things, change them. This is not meant to be easy. People talk about fasting to me, and they said that it's really hard and it's really difficult and you shouldn't do it and blah blah blah. But fasting isn't meant to be easy. It's meant to be a challenge. It's meant to take you out of your comfort zone so that you make a change. Change does not happen. If you're moving a house, for example, it's not fun. But when you get to the new house and you get settled in, it's like, this is amazing. Okay? This is what we're facing. We're going to start facing very, very soon. And if you're not ready, if you're not prepared, you're gonna get lost in the crowd. And you're gonna be like, well, what's my purpose? Your purpose is to do the work now, to change the things in your life now, not when everyone is rich on crypto. Because everyone's going to be wealthy in the future. So stop focusing. I know I talk about crypto a lot, but I realize that I can't even push it on people. I can plant seeds here and there, but I can't really tell you what to do, because you have to find your own calling to it. You have to find your own people, your own information. Like, for example, I've been making a lot of money through the Stellar network, through different coins. And because these meme coins, right? You have meme coins that are making people rich, okay? But there will be regulations with those coins, and people don't really know, and people are getting up in the hype and everything. When there is actual other coins that you could class as meme coins, but are going to be regulated, so secure, safe to trade with, okay? Unregulated means that it can be traded on the black market and things like that, which is not going to happen because that's being taken down as well in the future, if it's not already happened. But this is what I mean. We need security, we need safety, we need to move into the age of Aquarius now. We're preparing for that, okay? It's all about preparation for what is to come, and what's to come, you can't even really imagine how good it's going to be, because you don't feel it. If you don't feel it yet, I can feel it, but I also feel collective stuff. So I'm going through that as well, and I'm breaking through it. It's not all fun and games here for me. I am like, okay, well, this is a challenge now, because I thought certain people in my external world were getting it, and they're not, because they're backfiring, and they're like, fuck. And then I'm feeling guilty for pushing them. But I didn't push them. But I did. And I don't know what to think. So I'm learning my center, my place of peace, okay? And that's what I challenge every single one of you to do, is to find the things that are making you look at the world in a fear-based mentality. and cut that out, because that is fear had to be created for this world to exist, because fear is the darkness, the unknown. Consciousness is that little speck of light that was put into the darkness to create everything else. Okay? But fear is nothingness. Fear is just darkness. But we have light. You are the light. Okay? So start believing in yourself and stop believing in fear. Because fear doesn't do people favors. Okay? I know I might sound a little bit like, but I just want people to start doing things for themselves. Because people are emailing me the most ridiculous questions that is just expecting me to spoon feed them. Okay? And I'm not doing it. I'm not responding anymore. I'll email people back who are doing the work, and I can feel that. Not to people who are just asking a question and expecting me to just write a big long message back and give them what I do. Because what I do shouldn't be what you do. Yes, take things here and there, but at the end of the day, you have to create your own reality through what you know to be true. My truth changes every single day. So how are you meant to keep up with that? How are you meant to keep up with my truth? Only I know my full truth. So when people say, oh, well, you said this, I was like, well, I've changed my mind now. I've changed my mind. And that is how I've been living my life, and that since probably the past 3 years now. Because I had to go through that transition of releasing everything and letting go of everything. And I'm doing it still. I'm letting go of things each and every day. But I just want to set that message out to people because it's back to back. The collective is back to back at the minute. And the perspectives that people have, it's again taking me back to that vision of if the aliens were to come, which they're not coming yet. Yet, because we're not ready for that, okay? Yet. But if these aliens were to come, okay, I would be like, oh my god, cool, amazing, wow, that's so good. But people think, well, the aliens, if they come, they're going to invade and they're going to say, get on our ship, and then they're going to take us to their planet and we're going to go and all this. Okay, so there's too many, that's the perspectives at the minute. There's perspectives that think the world is going to be taken over by AI, dark AI. There is always another side to every situation. So how do you choose to look at it? Okay, I look at technology as very beneficial for us because we will finally get our freedom back by letting technology do things for us that should have been done years and years and years ago. Okay, these simple things, these simple tasks that technology can just free up our time to do, while we can go and enjoy our life and be happy and live in peace and harmony with nature and each other, with understanding technology, because we made it, we created it, we made the technology. Or did God? Because God works through us to make things. We create it through our thoughts. Okay? So, yes. So if I intentionally want to create something to harm someone, then that is the world that I will create. Okay? But if I see that the things that I spend my time in and I put my belief into them, like crypto, okay, and I see how the bigger picture is going to play out, then my whole reality will shift into that. And in years to come, it'll be that. But I cannot just doubt things. I cannot go into people's traumas and fears and just negativity about things, because that's me giving my attention to something that I don't believe in. Okay? Giving my energy in. And I know that that's like, well, you're not really helping anyone. Some people you just can't help, okay? There are people who are giving me conversations that are easy to flow with, okay? They're like, okay, and then they take that on board. And it's kind of this back and forth. But when someone's just like full on projecting, I feel it. I know when it's coming at me and I just don't take it. So, that's all I have to say about that. Be ready. We are on the 14th. Taurus, the sun goes into Taurus. We're actually in Taurus season on the 14th, according to Skystrology, which I follow. And we have Mercury in Taurus and Venus in Taurus. So, and the moon goes into Taurus at 0 degrees on the 11th at 4:55 p.m. PST. So that's the time on the calendar, so work out your own. If you want to feel the energy at that time, just and see what's going on. But, you know, we're in the bull season, the season of the bull run, which, have you looked at the, have you looked at the crypto world right now? Crazy things are happening. So I don't know. The dates are feeling the way that the astrology looks and the way that everything feels, and the moon also on the 14th goes 0 degrees into Gemini. So that's that. The swords energy, that is what I'm feeling for the week, is all about the movement, the decision making, we're leaving that system and we're moving to this system. It's done. Okay, so like, if we don't see anything physically happen on those days, know that it's energetically up there, it's already manifested, so it's going to take a little bit of time to show to the world. But there's layers to that. So I might be in the crypto world and something happens and I'll be like, what? Oh my god, this is amazing for me. And people might not know about it yet, like who don't know anything about crypto or money or how the financial system is changing. Okay, but looking at the chart, a lot of things are about to happen. And yeah, I just want people to be ready and to not make silly decisions and just jump into things, because even if there's so much happening in the crypto world or the financial world, or globally just in general, you need to just, you see, this is, we can't keep going on this cycle of confusion. You need to be like, okay, well, all of this happening and I don't understand it, I feel like I'm missing out. Fear of missing out. So you're jumping into it with fear, not really sure what you're doing, so you're going to then crumble. It's just the way you do it. That's just the way it is. So yeah, if you're still feeling like, okay, crypto, I'll just wait for when I am financially abundant, that's okay. I'm not forcing anybody to do anything, but just don't ask me questions about crypto at the minute, because just there's so much confusion and people have so many different, are telling me so many different things, and I'm like, this is all mainstream stuff. And I'm like, I don't do mainstream. So I think this was way too long, this intro, but yeah, thank you all for watching the intro if you did. We're going to have 3 groups, so yeah, choose a number between 1, 2 and 3 and we will begin. Hello, group number 1. So the deck that I'm using today is this is my very first tarot deck. Oh, the Fool on the bottom. This was my very first tarot deck, and it's probably the one that I still have the best relationship with, because it just gets everything out in the open. No bullshit. But we're not going to go really deep into this with the tarot deck. We're going to, as always, I'm going to just channel what I feel first for this group, and then we're going to pull this. And I have a little wooden thing here. You know, I usually have them here, but I thought it's not going to fully on it's not going to full on focus, but you'll be able to see the card a little bit better maybe, because yeah, I thought that might be a bit better, because all of the time I do this, it's like really far away, and I need to figure out a new way to maybe show the cards. So this is the new way I'm doing it. So we'll see how it works. And if I go out of focus, I don't know, just deal with it. Okay, so Okay, group number 1. I am feeling a very nice relationship starting to pull you even more. You're feeling more pulled and drawn to a person, okay? And I feel that with everything happening right now, there is so much anger and frustration in the collective, like I said. But for some reason, group number 1, I feel like you've kind of started to understand where you are at and how you are ready to fight anyone that's coming towards what you love and who you are close to, okay? So this is what you're feeling like for me. So your relationship, for example, if anyone's trying to step on your toes and be like, I don't think you should be doing that. I don't know either. It could be a friendship as well. It's just a little bit flirty or just a nice energy, okay, is what I'm feeling. And it's kind of your main kind of fiery energy at the minute, let's say, like your passion. Your passion is, you know, intimacy. That's what you're kind of resonating with at the minute. Okay, so I don't think that like creative projects is something that you're not really bothered about at the minute, and that is okay because you are contemplating a lot of things. I see a lot of you really resting, and it's a good time to rest this week because I feel like you're going to have a lot of people competing with each other around you, a lot of people trying to get attention in different ways, and you just have to really like sit back and see who's wearing a mask is what I'm hearing, okay? Who's wearing the masks and who's trying to be at the top. Who is trying to be at the top so that people see where they are, okay, to show themselves in this light, okay? This false light that they are portraying themselves as is what I'm picking up. Okay, that's one thing. As well, if you feel like there is some other male energy, masculine energy, that is just an absolute asshole, there is a reason for all of that. There is a test with all of that. Okay, so you need to now figure out, okay, why is this happening and what should I do about it? Okay, that's what I'm hearing. So just ask yourself that question. Scribble something down really quick, and that it'll be from your. If you just ask yourself a question and just answer it straight away, it'll come straight from your subconscious, and it'll be the thing that you need to do. What else? I think I'll just pull cards now because I don't want to make these too long. Okay. We have the Page of Cups. Okay. For some of you, this Page of Cups, the way he's like doing this with the fish, he's like stroking the little fish's under his chin. What I'm feeling from this is that everything is still quite new, okay? With the Page, he's young, okay? It's just a new experience. He realized, oh, I can take the fish from the ocean and put it into the cup and take it with me. So the energy that I feel from this is that you are being a little bit in your childlike state, okay, which is great. You're tapping into the inner child, but just also be very, very much aware of your surroundings and who is trying to get at you, okay? Because when you're in your inner child, when we are children, okay, we're completely innocent. We don't know that there are people out there that, you know, want to manipulate. So just be sure of what is actually happened with certain people, okay, is what I feel. Because it's just like, you know, by doing certain things you can attract like kind of quick karma. So just be aware of that, is what I'm just hearing. Because, you know, in this card, he's taken the fish from the ocean and he has it in the cup, but should he really have taken the fish? Or should he just have left the fish where he belongs? Okay, so just try and not mess with energies. Try and not, you know, I don't feel like you're really saying anything to anyone. It's more about how you're kind of portraying yourself. How you flirt. It just feels like a lot of flirty energy. Just make sure that it's right, okay? Make sure that you're getting the right signals. That's what I'm hearing. Okay? I feel like a lot of you that no, it doesn't. It doesn't feel like that. So let me just see. That I had to say that, but it doesn't feel like that's what it's all about. It feels like something else. Okay. Here's the Three of Cups. This Three of Cups, I like it, but I don't. This is why I like this deck, because it's very different to the normal tarot. Just the way that the fish is coming up and it's swallowing. Again, we had the fish in here in the cup, okay? And I talked about how the fish, you know, you should have just left the fish where it was. And now the mommy fish is coming to get all of you who took that fish. So, basically what I'm getting from this is be a little bit sensible with what you're doing. How you're spending your time with your friends. And is it actually benefiting you in the long run, what you're doing? Okay? So, there just seems to be a lot of distractions at the minute. And because I feel like your mind is at a very good place, your mind is very rested, and you're knowing that it's okay to want to have fun, but you also need to find the balance between, you know, taking things a little bit too far that way, because then they have to snap back and go the other way, which then is the karma from not really, you know, bringing yourself back to center. Okay, so this is why excitement and flirtatious stuff and all them kind of fun, really, you know, exciting energies are good in small doses. Okay, so when you take the piss with this energy, it has to come back to the beginning, and the beginning is not always the center. Okay, the beginning can sometimes be the karma from going too far that way. Okay, but sometimes you can go far that way and realize, be like, I need to calm down now, and then you bring yourself back to center. Okay, so that's the energy that I'm getting from all of this. I want to pull another card for anything interesting. I don't know why I'm being drawn to look up here. Okay, well, Jupiter is in Aquarius. So what can you balance right now, and so that you can expand in a positive light? So what is that all about? I don't know, I'm making up questions as I go. That's the question I'm hearing. So the World. Okay, wow, look at her. Sorry, I have to look at this card. I love my favorite word card. I really like this. So, from what I am seeing, is that you have worked so hard this past year and couple of months, okay, and weeks. In general, you've just been doing a lot of work. Really like this group because if you watched my intro, I was not happy with a lot of energy. And this group seems to have gotten it together, like they got the shit together, is what I feel. I think with you and the World card being there, you finally understand that it's not about this competitive collaboration. It's not about that anymore. and you're just waiting for everyone else to come full circle to realize that unity only, or collaboration only happens in the positive side of things when everyone is, you know, collaborating for, out of, what would be a word for this? Out of true compassion. And it's not like just doing things because you feel like you should do it. It's doing things because you love what has happened in your life so far. You completely understand where you're going. You completely understand because you come full circle, and now you're just kind of like waiting for people to get it. So you're kind of like me. You're kind of just waiting for people to get it. Like, when it all clicks for everyone, which it has clicked with you, and maybe this week it'll finally all come together, and you'll be like, this is all about just chilling the fuck out, okay? But that's just on the grand scheme of things. You're so lucky because that is where that comes in, is you are so unique. You are true to who you are, and you know that. And that is why people kind of gravitate towards you. But remember, when you have that energy, you have to be able to detect who's good and who is not good. Who wants you for their own agendas, and who wants, you know, to actually work with you in harmony with your higher self and your higher vision for the world. Okay? So, I think that's all I have for you, group number 1. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the future. Goodbye. Hello, group number 2, and welcome to your energy check-in. So, I am using this deck today, which is there's a little block here, by the way, as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the cards. So at the bottom of the deck we have we have the 4 of Swords. So I'm just like going to put a card there, and you'll be able to see it a little bit better. It's going to be out of focus a little bit, but just so it's not so far away that you can kind of look at something. Because I don't really use much cards, but this deck that I'm going to use is it's my very first deck that I ever bought. I had one that I found and I lost and found, but this is the first one. I lost that one then. Isn't it funny? I found it and then I lost it again. I found it and I lost and found it and then I lost it. That all just clicked now. Whoa. Okay. Anyway, this was the first one that I bought myself, and it's very much my favorite deck for energy like today, because today's energy was all about like we have to take our power back and stuff. So this one's straight to the point, and it always helps me, and it always helps everyone else when they're going through shit. So it could just get straight to the point. So let's just be ready for that, okay? I try and not make anyone feel any fear. That's why I don't really like to do much predictions with these check-ins. I want to give you your power to decide where you're going with this. Okay. Yeah, I feel so okay. Heaviness in the heart. And the head. It just feels like a split. A split. So maybe you recently split up with someone, but there's just this splitting energy. Splitting headache as well, or just splitting heartache. So take what you will with that. I just see like someone I just see someone, this is very graphic, but just someone's brain's just been ripped apart and you're just like, so that could be a good thing, but it just feels like you're mind blown at the minute, and it's a little bit overwhelming, or it's you're emotionally overwhelmed and you just can't really deal with this kind of change and this grief that you're going through. Okay, so we're going to look at that, and we're going to try and figure out how you can help yourself, because this isn't a nice energy to be in. You can be overwhelmed in a good way, I'm hearing for some people, overwhelmed in a good way, but then you need to find how to realize how you got there. I hear. Okay, what I'm picking up is that right now, all that is really needed for you is to just focus on one thing. The main thing that you want right now to change, just focus on that. Nothing else, okay? And don't, because when you're in this energy, okay, of just, because it feels like you also think that maybe, you know, people are out to get you as well, because that's what it feels like. I seen someone through a telescope and they're like zooming in on you, okay? They're like zooming in on you, and I don't know why they're doing that, but they have eyes on you. So this is just feeling that, this is a feeling that, you know, you're not going crazy, that people are kind of keeping an eye on you or whatever. I don't know how to explain it, but just make sure that you realize you're safe, your family is safe, and don't let yourself feel that anything bad is going to happen to you, because it's not. You're completely going to be okay. You need to just get yourself out of the alignment with that feeling of paranoia, because you're picking up on energy that is actually in the background, let's say, and this energy is projections, people, you know, trying to figure out what you should do, and they're trying to help some people, and some people are just not trying to help at all. But it just feels like everyone's eyes is on you, and are you okay, and do you need help, and etc, etc, okay? But what I feel from this is that you the biggest thing that I get from this is, you know, no one is going to come at you and attack you anymore, okay? Because you're done with that. And I do feel that if your focus is work and working hard and just doing that, I don't know if that's the right choice for some of you, because I feel like that is masking an emotion. Okay, so we need to realize sometimes when we're masking emotions and doing something that we're saying that we're enjoying, but we're maybe not enjoying it as much anymore, because we're not dealing with the actual problem. And for me, it feels like the problem has to do with your emotional happiness. You know, it reached a peak and now it's kind of coming downhill a little bit, and you're like a little confused as to why everything just flipped upside down. Okay, so that is the current energy. We're going to kind of see what we should work on moving forward. Well, the Four of Wands is at the bottom, so the Star. Okay, great. This is good. It's usually, this deck is usually a lot harsher than that. So we have the Star card. This Star card always makes me, I know all Star cards, I know the Star is Aquarius, but I never really go by that, and because I just go by how the card makes me feel. This card though does make me feel that Aquarius kind of energy, and I think that maybe this has to do with someone who is an Aquarius, or in general, I just think that what you're going through right now had to happen, okay, to prepare you for what is coming, and what is coming is better for you. What is coming for you is the actual true alignment and purpose for you in this world, okay? So whatever you're going through, whatever grief you're going through, and if you lost someone, because it doesn't really feel like that, but some people might have lost someone, like by someone has transitioned, okay? So I don't want to make you think, I don't want to make you feel like any different about that, because I'm kind of looking at it as if it was like a splitting up, or you're splitting up to meet someone new or something like that. That's what it feels more like, okay? But that this is all to do with that Aquarian energy. And Aquarius is about, you know, us. I don't know why I'm saying this, but I am saying it because I don't say this to people, but for this group, Aquarian energy is about, in the future, is about going into space. Okay, I've seen that. I've just never spoken about that before. Anyway, it's about going into space. It's about, maybe not you yourself, but like the world, traveling and finding out more, of finding out the truth about what our space and our universe is all about, the truth about it all. Okay, so I think that that's where you're headed, though. You are going to have something to do with this energy in the future. Now, well, okay, I'm getting that. And everything had to kind of completely... It's almost like I'm literally seeing... You know when you light... You know in cartoons there's this little bomb and it has the little cord thing and they light it and it goes shh and then it goes poof, okay? I hope this didn't freak you out. That's what everything feels like. Everything had to explode and just completely, everything fucking go a little bit nuts there for a minute, for you to really realize what is actually worth your time and energy. Okay? What you're meant to be focused on, and what is for the highest good of humanity and your own life. Okay, and that's what this energy for me feels all about. Okay, pull another card. Let's see how you can expand on things this week, because that was a very big energy there. The Ten of Wands. Okay, we have the Ten of Wands here. Yeah, well, that's good, because with that, that's what we're working towards understanding more of, is what the age of Aquarius, because we're not in the age of Aquarius yet for another while, but we're experiencing what it will be like. Okay, and there's nothing bad about us not being in the age of Aquarius yet. Okay, because Skystrology, I could talk for hours about that, but we're in a good space now because we are in this spiritual kind of where spirituality is starting to be more normal, and this is the age kind of with the energy that matches it. Okay, because we're at the end of the Pisces, and it's just there's a space called Cetus, which is in my Skystrology chart. That Cetus space is where we were kind of in that, and now we're only in the Pisces space. We're at the end of it, so that we're at the end of the Pisces energy, which is a very spiritual kind of fun energy, I feel, and it's even better than the age of Aquarius, to be honest, if you know how to tap into it. But with this Ten of Wands, I finally feel that you've reached this, the hardest part is over. Okay, pretty sure in that card he's coming down. Well, no, not in this card, but he's still walking down. It's not up. He wasn't up the mountain though. But in some cards, it's like them coming down from a mountain or whatever. But that's how I feel now. It's getting easier, and the 10 is all about the ending. So the struggles that you have been going through and your family have been going through are going to get easier, and your belief and your trust in holding that frequency and that it will get better is going to start showing to you that, you know, it all pays off in the end. Okay, so that's just one thing I want to say. Anything else? I want to look here at I'm looking at the moon going into Gemini on the 14th. How will that affect you? How will that affect you? Moon goes 0 degrees into Gemini on the 14th of May at 7:24 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay, how will that affect you? Ace of of Wands. Wow. Okay, this is very good energy. I love this Ace of Wands because she's holding a little... she's holding a seed, and the seed is a little baby. So, if you're trying to, you know, get pregnant, that would be a good day to do it, is what I'm feeling. So if you... that Gemini energy, maybe you on that day you're going to finally like decide how you want to have kids, or you're going to want to maybe plan for the future, but not just children. There's other things here with this. I really feel that maybe your ideas of family have now shifted. Maybe your ideas of having kids, or if you have kids already, how you want your children to be brought up is going to change. It's going to change anyway because, hello, you've not seen the case, not the case, the state, the state of the world at the minute. Everything is changing, but it's changing for the better. So maybe you're going to have to really rethink everything. And you might notice on when the moon goes in, the sun goes into Taurus, and actually Taurus is all kind of about stability and, you know, really, really kind of rigid, you know, setting the foundation down. And then that Gemini, with that Gemini energy in the moon, it's like, but what do you need to kind of loosen up with now that everything is changed? Okay, now that everything has completely shifted this year for you, how do you want to make your plans for the future go? Like, what do you want to do for your child, your future child, or your child that is in your life already, or children? What do you want to do? Because now is a new beginning that you get to decide, and you get to create this world for that child, okay? So that is all I have for you, group number 2. Thank you so much for watching, and leave a comment down below if you feel, and I will talk to you all in the future. Goodbye. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your energy check-in. So, I have a little stick thing here, which I'm going to put my cards on, so you can see it a little bit better. It might be out of focus, but it's just better than way back here where I realized it's not very visible. So at least it's a little bit. I just hope this table thing stays. It's actually not tables. Well, it has half a table. And then there's like books all the way up to here, and then there's like a yoga a yoga block. There's like a lot of yoga blocks actually. So I hope that stays. Okay, I hope I didn't mess it up now. But yes, that is that. What was I going to say? The deck that I'm using today is my very first deck that I ever bought, and it's very, very straight to the point. So we will get, you know, clear messages of what you need to do. But first off, as always, we're going to just look and check in with what your energy's up to or has been up to recently, and then we'll go from there. Okay, group number 3. The first thing that I'm seeing is someone like looking at you, and they're like staring at you, and they're like, say something. I want you to speak. I want you to say something. Okay? So has that happened? Have you been tested recently? Has your reality, your world, everything just shifted and felt like this group feels like you recently went through a spiritual awakening, or something completely new is coming in. So maybe, because I don't want, you know, spiritual awakening doesn't really end, really, because you have different levels to it. So if you're already pretty, you know, awake, whatever, you're having a new one coming in, and maybe you haven't noticed it, but you're confused. Because its energy just feels like very, very extremely like, holy shit. And I don't know if it's holy shit in a good way or a bad way, okay? Because this is a general reading, but it just feels very big, okay? Finally, you're going to I think there's a reason you're not wanting to speak, though. You're not wanting the answers to come out just yet. You're waiting patiently because you know that justice will come. Okay? Because people are talking. It feels like people are saying the same thing over and over and over again. It's like a parrot, because that's what I just seen. I seen a parrot fly past me, and the quack quack, and they were all, and then an echo of that, like all these parrots in the forest. So I don't know what that is really trying to say, but I just feel like people are copying what others are saying, and it's just really taken a toll on you emotionally. You've felt like, okay, I'm just gonna sit back and wait. That's what I feel. There's a lot of you really. I'm proud of this group as well. I don't know why I give such a harsh intro, because all throughout this I feel like maybe I've shifted something for some people, but all in all, the energy of all three of the groups today has actually been quite good. So maybe I was just a little bit too, intense. But the energy is intense, so maybe that's why I just talk what I feel. So if that helped you deal with other people if you did watch the intro, that helps you deal with other people, then that's good. But just because weird, like I thought, okay, well maybe group number 3 is going to be the ones that I need to tell off, but it doesn't feel like it. Group number 3. The thing that I notice here is you're waiting for everything to crumble, and you're waiting for it all to just fall to pieces so that you can step in and start helping people that will be wanting your help then. Even your kids, if you have kids, or if you just are interested in helping, and sorry, I'm looking around because I'm seeing all these children coming towards you and wanting you to tell them a story, or to just be some sort of a role model for the future generations. Because it feels like I'm just literally seeing, when everything falls to pieces, these children that are on their phones playing games, when the adults world crashes into pieces, who do we go to then? We'll go to the thing that we love, is our children. And when we're able then to wake up and realize that the children are the key to all of this, they're the key to the awakening, because they already hold the codes, okay? So when all that happens, and when everyone is ready, it's like the children will wake up from the spell, and they will be ready to also help the adults. So it's a you helping them and them helping you kind of a thing. But you're ready for that, and you're ready to kind of help teach people how to work with their children through this change, because the kids already got it. They already understand what's happening in the subconscious anyway, and from their higher self. Their higher self's already like, well, you just have to wait for everything to fall to pieces, and then you can. That's the way it feels like for me, and you're quite aware of it, and you're just waiting for that right opportunity to happen. But now you just feel like you need to take action with other things in life, and realize what you have to say no to, okay? Because there are certain things, that you can go with other people's opinions to just keep the peace, but there are some things that you have to say no to, okay? Like literally, I'm just seeing the high feminine. the divine feminine, but she's literally high because she's like this big feminine energy behind you, and she's like, and you can feel that and you know that. So there are things like your child should do this, or children should be brought up this way, or whatever. You have to say nah, because of something that is in the core of your gut instinct. It's just something you're gonna feel it. So when you feel that kind of like and you're ready to speak, let it flow. Okay, because it came from right up through the energy just came straight up to the mouth. Okay, to be spoken. It came right from your core, and it's like we don't do that. So speak up, speak your truth, because we can't let people keep chatting shit. Okay, we sometimes have to intervene and be like, yeah, no, we're not doing that here. We don't do that anymore. Okay, so that's something that I'm getting. But yeah, I'm going to pull some tarot cards now. Energy, though, at the minute is very, very... A lot of things are happening. A lot of decisions for you are being made. And if you don't feel like that's true, it's something higher is going on as well. So your dreams might be a bit weird as well, I feel. You might be also wanting to get more... Sorry, a card fell on the ground. We have that. This is a sneaky little bitch of a card. Because this... I don't know what it is about this card, but this card has went missing from the deck twice. And I found it in places in the room, and I don't understand why. But this is a sneaky bitch. It's literally a sneaky card anyway. It's in this deck, it's worse than the 7. Is that even the 7? No, that's the 5 of Swords. But like, imagine the 5 of Swords energy combined with the 7 of Swords. That's what that is. What I would say with this is keep up with if you're doing a saging routine or some sort of protection, keep up with that, okay? Because you have to... It's like when a child gets bullied. Sorry, I'm bringing it back to children because this is just how I keep seeing it. When a child is getting bullied, they, you can't teach them to, just beat them up, do that, okay? It doesn't feel like that's what you have to do here. In your situation, it's like, you want to beat everyone up, but you can't do that, okay? Because, this is not how we roll here. So, all of these people that have done things to you in the past, or that you just really don't want to be associated with anymore, you have to stay strong, and you have to really understand that maybe just calling them a piece of fucking shit to yourself on your own, and having a little rage ritual where you just beat the shit out of a pillow because you hate them. Let it all out. Let it all out, okay? Because that is the only way. We cannot hold on to... When people do things to us that it's really bad, and we don't want to lose our shit, we just sometimes have to lose our shit. We have to release it, okay? So, finding your way to release this anger from certain things and certain people. I've shown this before, but like, if I'm really... Maybe I need to do that as well. I haven't done it in a while. Literally just wait for like a day, because I live in the middle of nowhere, so if you live in the city, I don't know if you should do this, because people might call the police, but literally just getting a pillow and beating the shit out of it, and screaming, and just letting it all out, and being like, like literal rage, letting the rage out. But there has to be nobody around, and you're not, I don't mean wreck the complete shit out of your house, like breaking furniture and stuff, no, just a pillow, okay? Or your bed, like just bang in your bed. Have a good old bang. Or maybe you need to let loose and get some of that sexual frustration out. Not in a bad way, not, that kind of sex, But like maybe just no, I don't feel like that is what we're talking about here. Because I was going with a joke, which was the banging on the bed. No, I think this is a you issue. Okay, this is your issue. So don't use sex to do that. That was the worst advice ever. And my guides came in and were like, no, it's not where we're going here. Okay. Whew. Anyway, new card. I want to see how you kind of feel, how you're going to, no, because that's too future. It's too much, I'm hearing that's too far away. Okay, right now, what you can do kind of for your own self-love then? Have 10 of Wands. Okay, we had this in group number 2 as well. So I'm going to pull another card to kind of go with it. So that's just, group number 2 was basically coming to the end, okay, and that you have basically been through the worst of it, okay, but you have come to that conclusion here already, because what your energy is like, yeah, I get that, but what else? So that is so weird. We have the Ace of Wands for group number 2. If you're from here, from group number 2, right, we have the Ace of Wands, and I talked about the children. Maybe go back and watch group number 2 if you feel called to. There might be a message there for you as well, but we're going to have another card as well, okay? Because I think that that's just a signal to say that there was messages in group. The Lovers, okay. The Lovers. Okay, so you've been waiting patiently for the right connection. It's coming. But just be patient. So that's why I didn't even feel like there was anyone that you would actually want to have sex with. So that's why it was kind of funny, because my guides were like, what are you talking about? But the Lovers here, I feel like there is that want, that need to be with someone that sees you for who you are, sees your insecurities and doesn't make you feel bad about them. Actually makes you, because you know, we have our insecurities and we can't really always pretend that we love ourselves completely, because there is just, we're human, okay? But you're going to meet that person that brings out your flaws and turns them into something that you can take the piss out of, or that you can have a laugh about. And it's not that you're suppressing these emotions. Yes and no, because we can't just completely heal everything all at once, okay? There will come a time, because that is just a limiting belief, to think that, I have to just realize that this is the way I'll be forever. No, everything can change by literally just a thought. So you're going to meet someone that helps you naturally move into situations in a completely different way. The way that you have been doing things throughout your life up until this point has been working for you in the old world, in the more in that industrial revolution, okay? Now in moving into the new world, what you're going to notice is that things are more exciting, things are a lot more fast, okay? Yes. You have the King of Wands, 2 cards came out. So we have the King of Wands and the Sun. King of Wands. Just looking there to see is there anything on the calendar. Because we have the Sun going into Taurus. Ah, Orion. Okay. Okay, well, here's the Sun card, which again, it's just 2 people. So I feel like finally relationship stuff is all of the drama with relationship energy, if there has been, because I feel like there has, it's starting to finally ground in. Okay, Venus is actually in Taurus as well at the minute, and I feel like that is a good energy to work with anyway. And Venus is about relationships and this energy that I feel that's coming for you. So all of your relationship stuff and your relationship with yourself you're going to have a new foundation, a new self-care routine and things like that, and it's going to be a lot more stable, okay? Everything's going to feel a lot calmer with this energy, is what I'm getting. And I forgot what this card was. Oh, the King of Wands. Okay, and there's the children. See the way the children are all around this man? So maybe that is what I was seeing, because I literally seen all these children come towards me, and maybe it has to do with that. The type of relationship that you're wanting to attract is that energy. And I know there's some men that watch me now, so just do the vice versa thing. But it's, if you are the masculine in this relationship, the type of relationship that you are attracting is someone that lets you be kind of in your feminine in a divine way, okay? But anyone that is, because most of you are feminine that watch me, this is what I feel that is what's been missing. The type of man who is able to tell a story to the child and act childish and be like fun and loving and everything, but you want someone also that has balls, and that's what the King of Wands has. He's got big balls because he's not afraid to go into the unknown, okay? Because that's why he has great stories, because he's done a lot of things in his life, okay? And that's what I feel like this King of Wands is portraying in this card, is that, like, yes, he's silly and he's fun, but he's also very wise. And that's what you had missing for a while, is someone like that. So I don't know if that resonates with everybody, because that was a very weird collective message for this group. Because I don't know if I answered what I was answering. I don't know what I was answering, to be honest. So I hope that made sense. And if it did, and if it was really good, I'll thank you for being here. So yeah, I think that's all I have. I'm seeing boobs. I don't know why I'm seeing boobs. Why am I seeing boobs? Someone who appreciates... Okay, that's the insecurity thing. Okay, someone who appreciates your body because they love your boobs or something. I don't know. I don't know why I'm seeing boobs. Anyway, literally just saw boobs. That's my last little message for you, group number 3. Hope you enjoyed this. Leave a comment down below if you did, and I will talk to you all in the future. Goodbye.